Holy cow, we have got to talk about the massive spoilers and revelations from The Mandalorian Season 2, Episode 6. How does this show just keep getting crazier? What's up, everybody? It's Josh. Welcome back to the channel. Smash that like button and let's get into this. The Mandalorian Season 2 is doing a fantastic job of taking us through a narrative, but also leaving us curious, giving us some answers, but sort of stringing us along with mystery as more and more crazy things are revealed about this time period in Star Wars and the characters that we have been following. And of course, the big talk of the town when it comes to this episode is all about Boba the Fett.
My backpack's got jets. Well, I'm Boba the Fett.
And oh man, did he get a beautiful entrance and did he kick some serious ass. As a Boba Fett fan, I was freaking pumped and I can't wait to see more from Tamara Morrison in that armor. But beyond even that, there was lore, mystery, and secrets revealed as well. We now have character development for Boba Fett, understanding that his father was a foundling, that he does not follow the Mandalorian creed, and that he chooses to follow no one. Now, this was something long speculated by fans, but it's nice to know for sure that Jango Fett was a foundling, and so therefore he was considered Mandalorian by certain types of Mandalorians, mainly the Concord Dawn Mandalorians and Death Watch and all of those kind of Mandalorians. And it's also mentioned that Jango fought in the Mandalorian Civil Wars. Absolute craziness, giving us a lot of history and context for the character of Jango Fett and the character of Boba Fett. And now, Din and Boba have something in common. They both come from that side of Mandalorian sort of lore and culture. They are foundlings, or, you know, Boba, of course, being the clone and or son of a foundling, but still, they come from a similar type of background with regards to Mandalore. And, you know, I gotta say, I was also blown away that they just went right to Tython in this episode. Like, no trial and error. They just go right to Tython. And not only that, they get right to the Seeing Stone. Grogu sits upon the stone, and we get right into some crazy Jedi magic type stuff that I've never even seen in Star Wars before. Maybe this is akin to some of the stuff you've seen in, like, Clone Wars. Maybe some Old Republic stuff, but man, this was pretty freaking wild. And this is so crazy because it takes like this one thing that we were so anticipating, right? We were like, oh, Tython is going to be crazy, Ashla Bogan and all this stuff. They're basically in and out of Tython. We get a pretty crazy setup with this crazy Seeing Stone thing. I think that's definitely hinting to Luke being called to Tython, or maybe becoming aware of Grogu's presence. But regardless, there's still a ton of mystery to Tython. We know like next to nothing about Tython, and they're sort of maybe going to save that for something down the road.
What did you say?
And in the climax of the episode, after having a couple of different platoons of stormtroopers get taken out by Fennec Shand, Boba, and Din, Moff Gideon arrives in his massive cruiser. He destroys Din Djarin's ship, the Razor Crest, and then he sends in the Dark Troopers, who arrive and capture Grogu. Now, this was insane. I did not expect this at all. It's pretty ridiculous, frankly, but it's also perfectly setting up this massive confrontation that we will have in the next couple of episodes as Din Djarin gets the band back together and is now, you know, hanging out with Boba, and he's going to try to get Grogu back. But yet again, that's not even the craziest thing revealed, as at the end of the episode, in a scene with Moff Gideon where he comes to check on the prisoner of Grogu, we see some ridiculous things play out. We see Grogu using his force powers very effectively and kind of evilly as he throws around the different stormtroopers. We also see Gideon just kind of smiling at him. Gideon shows him the Darksaber and has a literal conversation with Grogu where he is taunting him and hinting at them having a past relationship. So the three main takeaways from this scene are, number one, that Grogu is incredibly strong and is totally cool with destroying people. This to me is yet another hint at Grogu having dark side training. Pretty crazy stuff. The number two massive takeaway from this scene is the fact that at no time is Moff Gideon concerned about Grogu in the slightest. Now, maybe this hints towards Moff Gideon having his own form of force sensitivity. Maybe Moff Gideon just understands that at any time he could just whoop on Grogu because he knows that he's getting more tired. I don't know, but it definitely shows something. And the third huge takeaway from this scene is the fact that these two have history. Moff Gideon says to Grogu, "You're getting really good at that, but it makes you oh so sleepy or tired." And this hints to the fact that Gideon has seen him do this before. Maybe Gideon was present during some of Grogu's training. This would explain why he knows so much about him. It could explain why he wasn't afraid of him. It could also explain, of course, why he knows he's going to get so tired, right? This could all be linking together. Now, we don't know exactly what this means, but I have speculated that Gideon has deep connections to Palpatine and the contingency plan that is set up and we see play out with the First Order in the sequel trilogy. A lot of people don't know or agree that that is the way that they are going to go, but to me, that sort of Snoke clone hint really seemed to hint that that was the way they were going to make it go down. And Palpatine is such a massive figure in Star Wars that during this time, he would still loom large over many different things. And so I really believe that it was Palpatine that took Grogu from the Jedi Temple and secretly began training him. And maybe this creature and Yoda's species has this sort of a problem where they're very strong with the Force, but when they use it, it diminishes or weakens them physically. This could be why Yoda uses the cane, but then is able to use the Force to flip around and fight Dooku. A lot of crazy stuff could be going on here. Frankly, this is so Palpatine to take another of Yoda's species to try to train him for the dark side. That is so petty Sheev, man. He does that kind of stuff. He would want to do that just to spite Yoda and to spite the Jedi. And holy crap, it just occurred to me we could get a flashback scene with Ian McDiarmid in the temple on Coruscant stealing Baby Yoda or Grogu. Why not at this point? I'd be down. And so that's the main spoiler stuff, guys. It's pretty crazy that the show continues to deliver a good narrative and set cool stuff up. I mean, I felt like this episode was the perfect setup for the 2 remaining episodes leading up to the finale. And yet, it also explains so much, sets so much stuff up. You know, it's just really, really wild. I think Star Wars fans are, you know, in heaven right now. We've been in heaven since episode 1, frankly. And this was a big payoff, of course, to the end of episode 1. And so I'm feeling really good, man. But let us know, like, what do you guys think of all these crazy spoilers? Like, how insane is this last episode going to be? Like, is Luke Skywalker going to show up? Like, come on, man, this is getting ridiculous. Are they going to start beating him and they're about to take Grogu back, but then Thrawn shows up? Like, what is going to happen here? I have no idea, but I'm super excited. So, yeah, let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. If you like this video, make sure you drop a like on it. And if you're not subscribed to this channel, you're definitely going to want to do that because we drop multiple videos a day. And if you're not subscribed, you will likely miss them. If you enjoy the content over here, you will absolutely love the live streams we do straight from Nerd Ventures Tower, Monday through Friday, starting at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. As I always say, I hope you're having an awesome and a nerdy day, and I'll see you in the next video.